Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. To accept this call, press 0.
Hey, Tanner.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Hanging in there.
We're talking now with Joe Exotic, as he's known by millions around the world. But what do you want to go by?
You know what? Everybody in prison seems to call me Tiger King and all that stuff. And you know, I've been known as Joe Exotic for years, doing magic. And little kids are the ones who gave me the name Joe Exotic because they could never pronounce my real name. So you know, I just prefer to go by Joe Exotic.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so with that, Joe, I mean, the big news around Florida this week, circulates around your transfer back to the Santa Rosa County Correctional Institute, and
Correct.
It's under our impression that it's for a federal hearing coming up. What can you tell me about that?
Okay, well, it's a federal lawsuit. It's a hearing for a federal lawsuit that I filed against a gentleman almost a year ago. When Tiger King came out, first of all, people need to understand that I did not film for Tiger King. Okay, all of the footage that you've seen of me in Tiger King was my old footage from when I was filming for my own reality show. So I didn't film for Tiger King. Everybody else that filmed for Tiger King, and we have the evidence for the new trial and everything else, were paid by Netflix, the producers of Netflix, to talk crap about me and make that whole series. But I didn't get paid for Netflix, not a dime. And when Netflix came out, everyone, including my ex-husband, took an advantage of the situation. And a gentleman out of Washington helped me co-write, and then he sold me his rights to 6 of my songs, of 26 songs. Everybody thought since I was in prison they could just take advantage and exploit me, and he took a big advantage, and he told Netflix that they were all his songs. He wrote them, he sung them, he owned them, he done everything. And, you know, I've finally gotten to the point that I'm tired of being exploited and being lied about. I'm innocent. I don't belong here. So I filed a multi-million-dollar trademark and copyright infringement lawsuit against him. So that's the hearing that is going on the 23rd of this month. And it's no different than, my ex-husband sold my clothes to a museum in Las Vegas. Everybody online is making money off of socks, shoes, you name it.
You're talking about Dylan?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see Dylan, because I was in jail when Netflix was being done and came out. And we even have, Tanner, video recordings now, because all of the witnesses, and you can see on my website, joeexoticofficial.com, on the evidence link, they handed over their cell phones and computers to my attorney, John Fellows, because they didn't get enough recognition and notoriety out of all this, because after they got me put in prison, they thought Carol was going to make them rich and write a big check, and instead, her and PETA, the USDA, turned on them, and they raided Jeff Sue. They put, they took his shit away. They took Jim Stark's stuff away. They put Doc Antel in jail, and they cleaned everybody out. So they got mad, and they thought, well, we're gonna tell on the feds, okay, and we're gonna see if we can't become a little more famous. So they turned over their cell phones, and I'm talking Jeff Lowe, James Garrison, Lori Lowe, and Alan Butler. And I'm still here, Tanner. Why am I here?
Yeah, and obviously you haven't watched Tiger King, right?
I have not.
So, looking back on that, what to you is the true story in all this? Because I know you've been told what essentially is in the documentary. What is the true story here?
Okay, well, millions of people around the world, and I'm talking around the world because I have friends that are fans, reporters from Greenland, Iceland, Bulgaria, Brazil, Scotland, the United Kingdom, Australia. It's crazy. And there's a few out there, I would say 10% out there that hate me because of what they think they saw on TV. That was, I abused animals. I shot a whole bunch of animals. They made up this story for Netflix about some lady's old horse. All I can tell you is, I have my own videos on YouTube, on Joe Exotic TV on YouTube. Look, if you abuse a tiger, you're not going to walk in a cage with 20 of them every day like I did and lay down and love on them. I got up every day, Tanner, and I gave my heart, my soul, and everything to those animals to keep them safe, to keep them alive, and to educate the public. And everything has to die, okay? We're all going to die, okay? And it came to a point that some of those older tigers, the USDA kept telling me, Joe, why do you keep these crippled animals in a cage? And I'll tell you, because I told you I have nothing to hide. In a sanctuary, if you put the most crippled tiger or crippled animal in the first couple of cages when a customer walks in the door, you're going to get the most donations. So we all kind of like exploited crippled and old animals in order to get money. And my USDA inspector told me back in 2017, she goes, Joe, you have 260 tigers alone. Why are you making these cats stay alive? And I said, well, can I put them down? And she goes, well, they're your tigers. As long as they're put down instantaneously, put them down. So in 2000 and the end of 2017, when things started getting really tough with Jeff Lowe at the zoo, because he conned his way into the zoo, and everything was going to shit, my protocols said that, euthanization by injection or gunshot. My USDA protocol said euthanization by gunshot or injection. And I'm here to tell you, by injection takes 45 minutes, okay, of seizures and convulsions and an animal running around freaking out, okay, before the vet can walk in and kill them, because you have to shoot them and tranquilize them first. And sometimes you have to do that 5 or 6 times, and it's horrible.
Do you feel confident that you got a shot at getting out?
I this is the way I look at it. I have the evidence now to prove that I'm innocent, and I've lost my entire life and 6 years of my life doing this. And if I don't win this on appeal, the government is that corrupt that I will never walk out of here alive, because they gave me a death sentence.
Have you ever thought about, millions and millions of people around the world know who you are, Joe. They wouldn't necessarily if Tiger King didn't come out, yet you say Tiger King isn't true. Do you ever think about, is it a good thing that it was released in a sense?
Well, we have to look at it 2 different ways. Okay, is it a good thing Tiger King was filmed? I believe that's why I'm in prison. I believe the producers in Netflix were working with the animal rights people in Carroll and the Federal Fish and Wildlife in order to even put me here. Okay? Now, you have to understand the entire picture, and that's what nobody has ever told in the 6 years this has been going on. Okay? Every big cat in the wild at some point is going to be shot and killed, whether it comes into a village or it comes in contact with a human or the climate change. Something, they're going to go away.
Are you done with big cats? Do you think you'll get back in the business?
No, I'm done. I'm done with animals.
Yeah. Is that like a legal ramification or?
No, that is Joe done this his entire life. He fought the animal rights people from morning till night, and there's no winning because they have more money, more lobbyists, they own more politicians, and it's just not worth throwing any more of my life away. So if I get a chance to walk out of here, my intentions are is to get married to the person that I'm engaged to with, have a 5-year-old stepson, and just go get a life.
What kind of impacts has the Department of Corrections had on you over the years, Joe?
Well, okay, first of all, they kept me in solitary for the first 2.5 years, so I couldn't use a phone. To this day, this is the only time I've been able to use a phone, okay, is at a county jail while I'm in Florida. Because when I go back to Fort Worth, I'm not going to be able to use a phone. And there's no such thing as video. I have never had a face-to-face visit in 6 years, and I've never done a news interview, a face-to-face news interview. They deny every face-to-face news interview. But I'm here to tell you, the American public, if they knew what goes on in the federal prison system, they'd never vote again.
Are you pleased with the Santa Rosa County?
It's crazy. People are sleeping on the floor. There's just so many people in jail for stupid shit. People are sleeping on the floor. Today, they have this thing called fresh, something where they get a hamburger from the outside. And today is the first time I've had a real hamburger, period, in 6 years. So they're treating me good here. They really are.
Are there any parallels to being in a cage full of tigers and being in the prison system?
No, I can only tell you a couple things about being in prison. Is honestly, my chimpanzees and all of my primates that I had that are so close to us thinking, I should have had my ass kicked for having them in a cage and not providing them even more than I already did. I provided them a lot, but now I know how bored they were sitting in a cage all day long. Just let people stare at them, because when you're looking out these little windows at the hallway of the guards and stuff, I feel exactly like my chimpanzees.
Are you in protective custody? Like, does everyone in there know who you are, that kind of thing?
Oh, everybody in here knows who I am. But no, I'm in an open pod with 40 people right now.
Okay.
And when I'm at the prison, I'm in general population with 1,400.
Yeah. How do you feel? I mean, about
I'm really respected in prison, because either people in prison saw the show and they know that I've been screwed over and Carol Baskin killed her husband, or their family are supporters of mine.
Yeah.
I have no problems with no gangs, no nothing. I just need President Biden to be on my side. If anybody in another country is wrongfully convicted that he can trade billions of dollars for, or people like Victor Booth, I'm wrongfully